Hey everybody, welcome to the Market Minute. This week we're going to be looking at some cards that have pretty high sales over the last 7 days. We're going to be starting out with some Rosetta cards, and then we're going to go to some cards that maybe got some hype from Yarl, and then also some hype for the Hunted. So let's get started. First card up here is Seeds of Tomorrow from Rosetta. Card's currently sitting at $3.96 for the non-foil. Over the last 7 days, it has 31 sales, which is pretty interesting to me. 27 non-foils on TCG Player, 22 rainbow foils. And, really, I think we're starting to see maybe one of those rare examples of living legends actually pushing a card up a little bit here. We do have the Living Legends calling in Chicago coming up just weeks away now. Seeds of Tomorrow, Starvo definitely could be playing this against Kano because Kano is a big threat in that format. Just overall interesting to see a card like this, move upward, especially if we look at the 3-month snapshot, right? $1.38 was the low sale price. So this one's kind of fallen down, and then it might be finding its self in some decks and maybe LL. The next Rosetta card up here is Gone in a Flash. I think we might have talked about this a long time ago, but sitting at $21, 36 non-foils, 13 rainbow foils sitting at $28. This card, 59 sales over the last week. Just a lot of movement on this card. I think, at this point, looking at the low and the high sale price, the low is a little bit of a anomaly at $8 over the last 3 months, and then the high at $29. So we're sitting really probably right where this card's at, or where it's going to be stuck at, right? And it's just moving fast, and then the inventory is getting filled back in on this one. Don't see much movement on the price right now. But you could see, with 36 card, non-foils, it's not going to spike probably anytime soon, especially, and maybe once we get closer to RTN season and people start, picking up Aurora again, if she's still meta, then we could start seeing it move. But I think at $21, it's kind of just where it is right now. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on this one if the sales keep up in the coming weeks. Okay, the next one here is a Race Face from Uprising. This card has seen, quite a bit of movement over the last 3 months, especially since Rosetta came out. Since Rosetta really did pump up a lot of decks that don't want their faces erased. Sitting at $13 for the non-foil right now, 53 non-foils on TCG Player, 16 rainbow foils at $20 is the low right now. And you can see in the snapshot there, $2.50 was the low, $19.98 is the high over the last 3 months. So we're sitting kind of right in the middle of that right now with 53. Again, I think this one is probably holding price at $13. It is a tech card for this meta. It'll be interesting to see where this one goes. Plenty of stock, so it's not moving around. But it does have 71 sales in the last week. So that is it is moving quite quickly. There was a ton of stock on TCG Player for this card. The next card up here, Cornex Peak, coming from Uprising as well. Rainbow foil sitting at $30.90. Yarl definitely pushing this card. Really strong ability on this one. 22 rainbow foils, 4 cold foils, sitting at $57. The low over the last 3 months was, almost just below $9 on this one, and the high sale price at $40. So it's sitting on the higher end of this. I think the Yarl deck has a pretty strong helmet option. It'll be interesting to see if Cornet's Peak, is favored over that that helmet in the Armory deck itself. I lean a little bit towards the helmet in the Armory deck since it is another stalagmite effect on the field, and frostbites are very strong, and that can really block for a lot. But 46 sales over the last 7 days. So this card is moving as well. People are prepping for Yarl, that is for sure. Now moving on to some hunted hype. First card up here is Blade Fury from Heavy Hitters, sitting at $19.99, 27 non-foils, 16 rainbow foils at $21.60. 60 cents. 16 sales over the last week. So this one doesn't quite fit that fast mover theme of this episode, but it does starting to dry up on that inventory a little bit. And I always like to point out cards that are on the low side of inventory, especially. You can see since the announcement of the hunted, this card has been on the up and up. So it is close to that high sale point, and this card could go further, another 10 cards, and we could see this into the mid 20s again, like it was in its heyday. So keep an eye on this card as we move closer to the hunted and start getting spoilers for the hunted. And then the last card here, another Uprising card, Double Strike, again, hunted hype here. Sitting at $1.99 right now, 73 non-foils, and 41 rainbow foils sitting at $3.35. This card, 66 sales in the last week. So still moving pretty good. It is that kind of low price stock right now, right? It's hard to tell if this card is going to be used in the hunted in Syndra or not. But it is cheap enough where I think people are picking up their play sets or taking flyers on just this card going up in the future, because you can see in the 3-month snapshot, 60 cents is the low, $5 is the high on this card. So we are we're not too far away from that low price before the hunted was announced. Another one to keep an eye on, if you don't have your playset, pick them up now, because it's super cheap. And then if Syndra does end up interacting with this card or wanting this card, you'll be happy you picked it up at $2. But that's going to do it for now. The fab market is flying around, between Yarl and the hunted hype. We are really seeing some strong movement, and it's really interesting to look at. And we'll catch you the next time. Peace.